Hey everybody, and welcome to The Void, a show dedicated to filling the void between being an employee and becoming self-employed. Most people refer to starting their own company as taking the leap, as if they're blindly jumping off a cliff and into the unknown. This show is here to help you understand that it doesn't have to be that way. As always, if you like what you're hearing on the show, please do us a favor and help share The Void with somebody else who might want to start their own company. We saw an opportunity to help others understand that self-employment is well within your reach. And just as our businesses have grown organically and by word of mouth, we want this show to grow the same way. So if you see somebody asking questions about starting their own service-based business, please do us a favor and send them a link to the show. I'm your host, Mitch Smedley, and with me as always is David Hilton.
I know this is a business show and we're going to move on, but I want to talk sports for a second.
Yeah.
Who would have thought Patriots, Seahawks again?
Again, yeah.
I think it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean,
and I love
the NFC Championship game was one of the most exciting games I've watched in a while.
Yeah, it was pretty badass.
It's pretty cool.
I love that defense is back.
Yeah.
You know, I've been bitching for a long time. Like, oh, they took the hits out. There's no defense. There's no this. There's no that. It looks like it's come a little bit of a full circle now that's like, okay.
I think Seahawks are the first team to successfully navigate around how do you have a strong defense without being able to lay out the quarterback.
Yeah.
And how do you have a strong defense without intentionally trying to send somebody to the hospital crossing the middle?
Great linebackers and great secondary.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Their corners are pretty freaking amazing.
I mean, yeah.
So,
they're legit.
Like, I'll say this. If you catch a ball, if you're a wide receiver and you catch a ball in the Seahawks, you're a pretty fucking good wide receiver.
Because there's only four.
It's probably one hand, two toes scraping the sideline before you go out of bounds. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It'll be an entertaining Super Bowl, I think. I won't watch the stupid-ass halftime show.
Yeah.
But that being said, I usually don't watch the halftime show, so it's not really any different.
I don't understand what the controversy is about it. Like, he's literally the most downloaded guy on Spotify.
He dresses up like a chick.
Well, I know, but like...
I know.
I don't like him.
That's why.
But it's obvious the world likes him. So, and if you're playing on the world stage, why wouldn't you have a world famous person?
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's going to be politicized.
Yeah,
I think
it got politicized whenever Turning Point came out with their own.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I think the last one I watched, and I don't even remember, if it was last year? I don't know. The one where Snoop Dogg and Eminem and Dre were on there.
Yeah.
All of us old guys were like, yes, someone we fucking know.
Right.
That was good.
Yep.
But the rest of them have sucked.
What's crazy is like
Bruno Mars was good.
Taylor Swift would be a good one because it wouldn't be just her.
I hate Taylor Swift.
It would be her and doing collabs. Posty would be another awesome one.
Post Malone?
Because
didn't he just do the Super Bowl?
I mean, he could do it again.
I think he just did.
We wouldn't mind if Prince did it again.
Prince is dead.
What I'm saying is, yeah,
I see.
What I'm like,
motherfucker's coming from the grave, like get him his purple guitar and let's go.
No, yeah, but like, we wouldn't mind if Whitney Houston sang the national anthem. Like, there are some things where you would like, who's the country guy? My mind. Stapleton. We wouldn't mind if he sang it again,
dude.
Same way. Like, there's some things where you could totally repeat, not change a thing, and it would have just as much effect the second time.
That was, dude.
One of the
best. Pink, I listened to one of her interviews. For some reason, I'm a huge Pink fan. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. Like, normally, I would, like, you'd be like,
because she's not a girly girl.
Maybe. I don't know. But she was giving an
interview,
like, the next day or 2 days later, and she was like, did you hear him sing that?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even know what the fuck we're all doing out here.
Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Like, I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was that good.
Yeah, no, that was iconic.
But then the Denver game in New England, that was fantastic. First off, for drama, like if your team isn't playing in that, like I listened to a debate the other day, like so we're in Kansas City, like we don't want that to happen to us because that takes away the best weapon. That's Pat throwing the ball, right?
Right.
But as far as entertaining football,
yeah,
dude, it was not sunny, but it was completely clear until like halfway through the third quarter, and then it went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah,
and you could see like literal real life struggle. Like, this guy doesn't care. He's overcoming it. This guy doesn't even want to be on the field. Like kickers can't kick.
Yeah.
Like when was the last time you saw an exciting field goal? that game.
That game.
Like everyone's glued. Is he going to make it?
You had 22-yard punts.
Is he? Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I will miss. Like the Chiefs are probably going to go to a dome, which is stupid. I think Buffalo's going to a dome, right?
Here's the thing.
But I
put a dome in for the Super Bowl, but make it retractable. Like, in other words, you have all the elements for every game, but if you're trying to get a Super Bowl, cool.
Yeah. Do you know what the worst part is? And people I don't think have thought about this. Soccer will now be the tough guy sport. They don't have fucking domes. Yeah. They play in the rain. They play in the snow.
Yeah.
They play in the heat.
Rugby.
All these rugby. Yeah. But rugby's not real popular. But I mean, and now all of our guys are going to be playing in a dome like a bunch of wimps.
Yeah, they'll all have.
It's just like taking the big hits out of the game.
They'll all have. They'll all be on their third ACL, their fourth MCL, their second Achilles.
I will say
because they're all going to play on turf.
Dude, they have got to figure out a way that every stadium has to be grass.
Yeah.
They have the technology now. Yeah, they have rolling LED lights that will grow grass in pitch black.
They could just hang them in the ceiling and flip. Like, we have stadium lighting and we have grow lighting. Like,
I don't understand.
Turn on the grow lights for the week.
Get rid of the fucking turf.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if you're really worried about player safety and guys playing forever, get rid of turf. I worry about Layla playing on it all the time.
Yeah.
She plays 3 days a week in the spring and fall.
Kids are springier, though, right? Like, kids aren't getting hurt on turf like adults are.
They still get hurt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the defense of turf, like, there are so many kids playing so many games.
Yeah.
You would never be able to, like, have that much grass. When we went down to Florida and she played at that ING Academy, which is a high school academy focused on sports. But they do it all. They do lacrosse, soccer, football. They have like 15 grass fields. Full-size soccer.
Heck yeah.
Dude, it is probably one of the most impressive places I've ever seen. They water it every day. They have a huge lake. They water it every day and mow it every day.
That's awesome.
It also costs $100,000 a year to send your kid there.
Good God.
Yeah. So that's $400, probably $425, $450, not to mention, and now they do feed them, but extra stuff. So that means you're paying $650,000, $700,000 for your kid to go to high school for 4 years. That's big time money, dude. That makes
some people got it.
It makes me feel like an insignificant speck of nothingness.
Some people got it,
dude. And I don't know how many students they have there, but it's a fuck ton. Mm-hmm. I will say every kid that goes there plays D1, so they're getting that money back.
Maybe.
And I should have looked this up. I bet 20% of the kids go on to play professional sports.
Well, now you can get paid
maybe
in college,
40.
so.
Yeah, for soccer. Although they have football there. I forget they have football.
Yeah.
And lacrosse, I didn't even know lacrosse was so huge.
Yeah.
Dude, it's humongous on the East Coast.
Well, it's humongous in private school, like Rockhurst here.
Yeah, they have lacrosse.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
No one's watching it. Why are people paying?
What's funny is, I don't know if I looked away from my phone or something while a lacrosse video was playing on my phone, but somehow my algorithm caught tons of lacrosse product ads.
Yeah.
And so now my news feed is full of like different sticks, different nets, different training tips, different lacrosse balls. I see this one thing all the time. It's like a tool to clean the lacrosse ball to make it brighter, to get all the grass scuffs off of it and everything.
That's crazy.
And it's like, I don't play lacrosse. Never have once ever. Like, man, it's just weird that my algorithm caught that.
That's one of the things that drives me crazy about Facebook is I'll see an ad. I don't care about the product or nothing, but it's a cool looking ad. And so I'll stop and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. And then I'll roll on for 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
what?
Tainted.
Stop.
Yep.
Like that makes me want to not be on the platform. Right?
Yeah.
You think they would have a better grasp of what people
it's not social media
wanting to see.
It's Google that's driving that.
Whatever. I don't care who the fuck is driving it. It's a pain in the ass and I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah. So, speaking of that.
You shaved your neck. That's good.
We're going to roll right into our first topic. I did. I got a haircut.
I do like the scruffy beard look for you. Is that lazy or?
No, I try to shave like every other day.
Oh.
If I shave every day, I get like.
Breakout.
It's like,
awful.
My face is like on fire.
You should get you set of trimmers and just keep it short.
Yeah, maybe.
Like just a little longer than that.
Just a
thing.
Yeah, I've never used an automatic one. I'll have to try it.
I can barely grow a beard, so
Yeah.
I haven't either. Mine's all scraggly and shitty looking.
So you and I started another little business.
Oh, we want to talk about how mad I am about that?
Well,
is that what you want to talk about?
Sure. So you and I started another business called Frozen Delaware, and
yes,
we're not pimping it, but I'm just putting it out there, setting premise for this. The premise of it is I had started a Facebook group encouraging a federal income tax strike, and the Facebook group took off wildly. It's only like 27 days old, and it has 35,000 members in it. Like, it's just going nuts.
Yeah.
And once it crossed 10,000 members, you and I were like, hey, this might be onto something. And so it kind of speaks to both your and I's hearts with government fraud and government inefficiency and everything else. And so we start this company called Frozen Delaware. And it's basically like we're going to sell apparel and stuff like that to raise money. But the whole idea is like holding the government accountable for our tax dollars not going to fraud. We could argue until we're blue in the face on should we fund this program or that program, and that's up to debate. But we should not be funding Somali daycares that have no children in them at millions of dollars a year. We should not be funding non-emergency medical transport that has no drivers and no vans at millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
And that's just what we know so far. Like, wait till they get to California.
We've always known that fraud is big in this country, right? Government fraud, government overspending, stuff like that. But
right.
Man, it is way worse than I would have thought. Like, dude, when they're stopping people leaving the country and their suitcase is full of cash, like, holy shit.
And then they let them go because there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's 100% legal. They can't prove
it's over 10,000. You have to declare it. And so as long as you say, I have over 10,000 in cash, there's nothing wrong. Like,
yeah,
there's no law saying you can't carry $1 million or $2 million in cash in a suitcase.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. But
I think one of the ways that I view Frozen Delaware too is trying to get as much truth out there as possible. I'm not so tied up into the fraud and this and that and blah, 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 but so that people understand the truth and know what's going on.
Right.
And selling shirts.
Yeah.
Those are my two goals.
And so
and help elderly with their personal property tax.
Yeah. Yeah, so we came up with this shirt design. It's the first of many that we'll come up with, and we have them for sale on our website. And basically the front of it says taxation is theft, and the back of it has a vertical American flag, and where the stars are, there's a QR code where you could click the QR code, and it takes you to the site to buy the apparel. And there's an option whenever you order your shirt to have the Frozen Delaware seal that we created placed on one of the shoulders of the shirt.
Yeah.
And 100% of the proceeds of that seal go into a special account where we're going to help elderly that are at risk of losing their homes because of property taxes, and we're going to help pay those property tax bills.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to look yet. We
we
know that that's what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to have to write.
We might have to start a 501c3 for that. Like, we don't know.
My guess is we write a check to a 501c3 that does that.
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't mind just going down to when they have those at the courthouse and be like, hey, we're just going to pay that one, or we're just going to pay that one, or we're just going to pay that one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know logistically if that's even, I don't even know if you can fucking do that. But
I think whenever it's things at the courthouse steps, I think it's beyond paying it. I think it's the property up for auction. So,
or hearings. I guess it would be more of a hearing about their home, and the amount due is due today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what makes me more mad than almost anything is when people take advantage of elderly people who have, we do not honor the elderly like we used to.
Right.
And I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
We just dump them in a home. We tax them the same as everybody else. Dude, that is unacceptable in my book.
It's funny. Danielle and I were talking about this last night.
It's unacceptable to me. How can you go to an 85-year-old lady's house in downtown KC
that's paid for,
and she's barely scraping by now, and say, "Oh, we're taking your house because you owe $5,000 in taxes, and then we're going to sell your $200,000 house, and we're just going to pocket the rest."
Well, here's the weird thing. If you have Bitcoin, if you bought Bitcoin, you put $100,000 in Bitcoin, and it doubled.
Yeah.
You now have $200,000 in Bitcoin, but it's invested.
Yeah.
You can't be taxed on that because it's an unrealized gain.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, they're trying to change that, but yeah, go ahead.
But they do the same thing with houses.
Oh, I know. It's bullshit.
Right? So, like, this house here, when I bought it, it was $275,000. And now, depending on who you talk to, it's probably worth
I'd say $650.
$650. Yeah,
be my guess.
Somewhere around there, right?
I like to keep a good pulse. Yeah, it's probably $650.
But it's only valued at $650 the day it sells for $650. Right?
Yeah,
just like your Bitcoin, it's not valued at double unless you sell it for that.
No, but they'll tax your ass on the growth.
But then
via personal property tax.
Then arbitrarily, the county comes in and chooses what they say your house is valued at, and then you have to pay tax on that every year. And so you end up with this corruption of them falsely inflating the price of everyone's homes just so they can get more in tax money.
Dude, I don't want to get off track here, but Frank White, famous baseball player in Kansas City.
Should have stopped at baseball before he fucking ruined the country.
If he
county
hadn't been from KC, he'd probably be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, anyway, he's the county tax assessor. He got recalled. Dude, he still had the balls last month to go on 41 or one of these fucking libtard stations and say, "Oh, I got recalled because all this money was coming from out of state to get a black Democrat out of this."
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Always play the race card.
How about you've been fucking people on their property taxes for 5 years with no solution? How about that?
Let's go to the numbers. It was over 80% of the vote voted to recall them.
Dude,
nobody gets 80%.
People's property taxes were going up 250, 500% in some case.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Are you so delusional
that
you can't look around and go, "Oh, yeah, I fucked this up"?
Yep.
You know what makes me so mad is I was such a huge Frank White fan. I have an autographed bat, an autographed ball.
Hey, you can respect him for his baseball efforts and still hate him for his political efforts.
No, I can't.
No?
It's not political efforts. It's literally screwing people.
Yeah.
He's a crook.
Yeah.
A crook? No, I'm out. I don't know. I've had this weird, you know me. I think about a lot of weird shit and doing stupid stuff.
This is true.
Yes, 100%. I've wondered, I should do something with that bat. Like what I want to do is find his car and bust the windows out and leave it in there. That's what I want to fucking do. I'm not going to do that. That would be against the law.
It'd be a hate crime.
Yeah, because he's black.
Because he's black and elderly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hate crime. I hate him.
I almost said something really bad there, and I caught myself. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
Set it on fire? You know what I should do?
Bats probably don't burn very well. It'd have to be a hot fire.
I can handle. Not a problem. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got to get rid of it though. Like every time I see it in the basement, I'm like it's just eating at me. I don't know.
Yeah, the day they bulldoze Kauffman Stadium,
they're not gonna. I think they're gonna stay.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
I have an inside source that says
I think
it's not a done deal. The Chiefs are leaving KC. So
your inside source is in denial. It's over.
He is the person in charge of keeping them. So,
are you talking about your neighbor?
No.
Oh.
No.
Someone higher than that?
This is a politician for the county.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are listening. They're tuning out mentally right now.
Well,
we'll move on.
So
back to taxes.
Back to where we started this whole thing, right? So we have this Frozen Delaware thing, and we're selling T-shirts. And as you do anything on social media, if you put a link to the World Wide Web on a social media platform, that post will get throttled down.
And it doesn't matter what it is. If you're sharing the link to your plumbing page because you're a plumber, it will throttle your shit.
Yeah. In other words, social media platforms want to keep you on the platform. And this is why they pay content creators because there are people out there where their content keeps visitors on the platform substantially longer than anybody else. Mr. Beast, for example, right?
I can't stand that guy for some reason.
He's YouTube, but still,
yeah,
like his content keeps people on YouTube for hours and hours and hours. And the longer you're on YouTube, the more ads you see,
it could
right?
be I'm just jealous. I don't know.
Yeah. But there's plenty of them on Facebook and everything else, and so it's kind of a number one like faux pas. Try not to put a link in there, anything, and that's why you always see like link in the comments. Well, with us trying to sell shirts through a website, we're trying to make connections to where we can sell it directly from our Facebook page, and so I make a post yesterday on my personal Facebook page.
I know people think we talk about this stuff. We haven't talked about this at all.
No. We were going to talk about it, but I wanted to get your real reaction on the show instead
Mitch knows that I'm at the end of my fucking fuse right now.
Yeah.
I am losing my shit.
So I make a post on my own Facebook page yesterday.
Personal page.
Okay. And it says, does anybody have experience selling products directly from Facebook? When we make a post and put our link in it, we're getting throttled because we're asking people to leave the platform. And so I'm looking for some guidance on how to sell directly out of Facebook. 2 minutes after I make that post, Danielle, I'm sitting in the living room. I'm working. Danielle's running the phones for the plumbing company. And her phone starts blowing up on the person. Like it rings different when it's the plumbing company versus her personal.
Her personal phone's ringing?
Personal phone starts blowing up.
Okay. What? Okay.
And
is yours?
No.
Just hers?
Hers. And
all right, that's weird.
They're scam calls.
Oh shit! Look what you did.
And so she would hang up. She wouldn't answer it, and then they would follow up with a text.
Oh,
the text says, "Hey Mitchell, we can help you setting up your e-commerce store on Facebook."
Yeah.
And so she hits, stop. And it says, okay, you've successfully been unsubscribed. And then here comes another one. And here comes another one.
You think they're not rolling
here comes
through
another
18 other cell phones numbers?
And so then, and we're like, that is really weird. They're not even called, like, I made a Facebook post. It would be one thing if they called my number, right?
Yeah.
Like, my number's not publicized on Facebook, but Facebook has access to my phone number for 2FA, two-factor authentication.
Okay.
And so
I follow.
So like, how in the world did they get my wife's phone number, right? So after about 10 or 20 of these, and I'm not joking. It was an obscene amount.
You should see my fucking email list after you did that.
So then we get a call from Danielle's dad. He's been getting blown up.
What the fuck?
For the same things. Hey Mitchell, we can help you set up your e-commerce store on Facebook.
And knowing him, he's all butthurt about it.
No, he's taking
it
okay. He called what is going on? And that's when it clicked. But here's the weird thing.
Why didn't you get him?
I never got one. But here's the weird thing. Her dad and her stepmom got them, both. We're not even friends with them on Facebook. And there's nothing on our social medias to say that we're related to each other or anything.
Dude, that's fucked up.
It is weird. And
I wonder if it's just like an AI engagement. They engage.
I don't know.
That's scary.
But then I deleted the post because I had
someone probably that you trusted.
Andrew Wilson. I had him reach, like, he's a friend of mine from Apex. And he reached out and kind of gave me he didn't really help, but he gave me just enough direction where I was able to get it figured out. So I deleted the post. Everything stopped the moment I deleted the post. And it's just, it's really wild how there are outside AI agent actors. And these AI agent actors are being directed by somebody. Like,
oh, we're getting conspiracy theory going. I love it.
I
fucking love it.
2 years ago, when we did our first in-person event for TradeWinds, the very first post I made.
The very first one we ever
one we ever did.
You know, it's been 3 years ago now.
3 years, yeah. We're on 3. The first event we ever did, the first post we ever made about announcing tickets within an hour of that post being up, we had people coming on there saying,
"Oh, we have extra tickets.
Oh, crap, I bought tickets and my plans changed.
I remember that.
I'm selling them for face value and all this." And it's like, we would look at the records. This person never bought a ticket. This person never bought a ticket. So it's like 3 years ago, they were able to look out for posts referencing tickets available, and they could then tag in on that.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 years, and now they're calling everybody in your family.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
But not calling you. Not one call to me.
I know that AI is like listening. Like, you can be talking to your spouse and then go on your phone, and then all the ads you see are things you literally were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I always figured it was probably someone has an AI program. They're sitting in a data center somewhere. There's 10, this is stereotypical, but there's 10 Indian guys there, and they're monitoring. Oh, AI pulled up this, and this. And then they kind of set off the alarm of, we got to call for this, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. I'm wondering if it's to the point now where it's just all automatic. It's 100% automatic. Like, you get those messages that are, so my phone will ring, it'll go straight to voicemail, even though I don't hit voicemail.
It's a ringless voicemail.
Yeah, and then it says, hey, call us back at blah, blah, blah. Well, sometimes I'm drunk and mad at these people. Well, I'll just call. I'll be like, okay. Boop.
Right.
And then it says, please hold for blah, blah, blah. And then it's someone in a data center somewhere, and I make fun of them for a while, and then they blow up my phone with 87,000 different phone numbers to get back at me. Because I don't know. But, I mean, if everything is going to get to that point, how do you even, like, how much time are you going to spend navigating that shit?
Right.
Where it's just like, this is taking so much of my time, so much of my bandwidth. Do I just get my own little AI center to then, like, filter all that shit out so that then I get, like, the one thing I want?
So one of the texts that Danielle unsubscribed from, when she replied stop, it said, you've successfully been unsubscribed. You will no longer receive communications from American Web Geeks.
What the fuck is American Web Geeks?
Well, one of the ones that my in-laws did said the same thing.
We got to start doing this podcast with our laptops. I'm going to start bringing mine.
So I Google American Web Geeks, and they're a web developer out of Dallas. And so I call them.
Oh, shit.
And first thing,
I love it.
First thing is an overseas agent, hardly speaks any English. And he said, how can I assist you? And I said, no offense to you, but I have a problem that I need to very clearly articulate. And so I need to be transferred to an American. Yeah, I need to be transferred to an American-based manager. I don't want a language barrier affecting this. And he said, happy to do it. And they totally obliged.
Yeah, they will if you ask.
Yeah. And so he transfers me. He stays on the call, but he transfers me and gets me to a guy that is, if he's not in America, he speaks perfect English, right? And so I let him know of the situation. And I was very clear with them. I said, this thing is so bizarre. Like, I don't know if this is you guys or if this is somebody masquerading as you guys.
Someone's hijacked my shit.
But you guys are, either which way, it's pointing at you guys. And they were like, this is definitely not us. And they said, we don't do anything AI. Like the guy that answered the phone, it's him and one other dude, and they outbound all day long.
That's crazy.
Which could be, like...
those guys could be getting paid by somebody else to then...
Well, no.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, it could be, like, you could have AI outbounders, and then once a conversation is initiated, it's then transferred to a live person.
Yeah.
Right? So, in other words, you let the AI person get hung up on all the time, and then once somebody actually stays on the line...
Yeah.
Now, but like, who knows? But they very clearly said, in what I don't know. I don't know whether to believe them or not.
Well, of course, but someone's using allegedly their website and domain or hacking it somehow to then say this is who we are,
right? To
try to either fraudulently take money from you for a service that they don't actually provide.
Yeah. Well, and here's the.
It could be.
Here's the
scenarios are endless.
The big problem with it is, remember the whole feud I got in with my neighbor about the text messaging and the FCC clearance and all that stuff?
Oh, the retard up the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly savvy in what it takes to be able to text message customers online. Like, I've had to go through the FCC clearance to be able to do it.
Yeah.
My wife didn't sign up to receive text messages. My in-laws didn't sign. So, like, I was telling these American Web Geeks guys, like, this is a major FCC violation. Like, you'll get your whole license pulled and you can't outbound at all. Like, so if this is you guys got to get this fixed fast. If it's not you guys, you still got to get it fixed fast.
Some kid making $20 an hour. He was like, whatever, bro.
Right. Who knows? But it's wild to think that somebody saw my post and then was able to get access to my entire family's phone numbers and start bombing them with phone calls.
That's scary as shit.
It's really scary.
Well, and I've known a little bit of, not necessarily the spider web you're talking about, but like Layla gets spam stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has a phone so that we know where she's at.
Mm-hmm.
We can communicate with her. She has no social media.
Yep.
Like, she can do her little soccer apps she has to do for soccer, and that's pretty much it. We will let her watch some YouTube shorts and play Roblox. Like, that's the extent of anything that she can do, right? How is she getting phone calls?
People buy lists.
It's fucking insanity, man.
It's totally easily publicly available. Like,
she knows that. This is funny. So she knows when her phone rings, whether it says spam or whatever, she doesn't know them to bring it to me if we're together, and I answer the phone.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like,
I'm calling about the property for sale.
Habib or whoever. Sometimes it's a land, like you were saying, property for sale, whatever. And I will tell them instantly, this is a 12-year-old girl's phone. If you fucking call here again, I will find out who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
They immediately
go
to
straight Liam Neeson on them.
Sir, we are
find
so
you.
sorry. I think they know that's against the law, right?
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, sir, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We'll remove you from the list, which we know doesn't fucking happen.
Right.
But that in and of itself is fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like, these people have access to your kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if she's my daughter's not this way, your kids are not this way. If they are a vulnerable child, as in they live in a shitty fucking household in a trailer somewhere, and their parents are white trash as fuck, and they have no one to talk to.
They get a text that says, hey, are you lonely?
Yeah.
Are you sad?
And then people wonder
Let's talk.
Why these girls get fucking kidnapped.
Yeah.
Or these young boys get kidnapped.
Yep.
It's because they have no one else in their life. And that is scary as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really wild how they were able to pull that much information. And part of me is just
so
kind of
quickly.
Yeah, within minutes. Part of me, so I am the admin of that federal income tax strike group. Part of me wonders if there's not
there's not some feds looking at you.
Well, I'd like to think we all have our own personal FBI agent that's assigned to us that we don't know about. And I'm wondering if this was my own little FBI agent going like, let's fuck with him.
You know
what I mean?
First off, Mitch, you're not that goddamn special, okay?
I don't know. I might be special enough.
For the record, on the podcast, and I know we don't have a huge reach, I am not a part of the Avoid Tax Facebook group.
You're staying out of it?
I don't have the fucking bandwidth. Yeah. Now, the Frozen Delaware, which, by the way, I still need to accept the admin deal for the Frozen Delaware. I'm all about the Frozen Delaware. I am all about telling people the truth.
Yep.
Having a podcast where I can say whatever the fuck I want and bring up conspiracy theories.
Which, by the way, we are soon coming out with a podcast.
You know what? We'll fucking see when I get
called
time.
Frozen Delaware.
And then, I hope that we sell enough shirts and that people buy the patch on them that we can actually make a difference.
It'd be really cool to go pay off somebody's tax bill.
I don't ever come on the show and like say, oh, that was my idea. That was my idea.
Yeah.
And I will hang my hat on it. I hope that we can seriously help some people out.
Yep.
That would be fucking amazing.
Pretty cool.
Better than pretty
I
cool.
got my apparel coming. So
I started to order one and then I waited. I want to see how they look. That sounds so big. They're drop shipped.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
just
you
kidding.
and I,
they're going to be fantastic.
You and
they're just
I
like your plumbing hoodies.
Yeah, you and I can order fancier ones if we want. She'll one-off make us fancier ones.
I'm not going to order fancy ones. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, we got some more designs coming out too.
We
just
actually
the first
had,
round to just like proof of concept kind of thing.
We've had, I don't know, a handful of orders.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I didn't know a whole lot about this stuff. I didn't even know you could have shirts drop shipped.
Yeah.
Like the orders go to her. She makes the shirts. Super cool local gal that lives by us.
Yep.
She makes the shirts. She ships them out.
Yep.
That's it. Over.
Yeah.
Done. I don't have to. After the initial startup, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to fucking do that much.
Yeah. It's kind of neat.
You don't make any money, but you don't have to do much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very low profitability thing. But
oh man, hence the patches.
Yeah.
Because that stuff. Will be,
that's why the patch is an upcharge. It's a $10 upcharge, and that's why, or the seal.
Yeah, there's no money
it's not a patch; it's a seal.
There's no money to donate,
right?
Unless
we're not making enough to donate. We aren't even making enough to pay the bills for the expenses.
Told people how many hours I spent fucking with this, and how much money we've already spent, they'd be like, "These two guys are fucking retarded."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's why the seal is a separate thing.
And hence what I said earlier about me being about to lose my shit. Yeah. I'm 2 seconds from stabbing Mitch in the neck with this fucking pen.
Hey, it's your week off. Is it?
When we did just a look into trade wins, when we did trade wins, all of our coaching calls are the first 3 weeks of the month, and we left the last month no calls. And it's for if we have events, if it's for we have to reschedule calls, if it's
we want to take a vacation.
If you want to take a vacation, whatever, all that fun stuff. The last 3 months, my last week has been fucking hijacked.
Yeah, same here.
So that fucking shit is out the window.
Yeah.
That's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
And next month, we have the event the 16th, so all the calls are going to be moved to the last month.
Yeah.
March, the last month, we are going
traveling
out to a TradeWinds customer.
Yep. Doing an in-person training.
Do an in-person training for 3 days. Which
in Maryland.
I am excited to go to Baltimore because I love fresh seafood.
Yep.
And these two people are fantastic. I like the shit out of both of them. So it's not, but I'm not getting you're killing me on my weeks.
Well, we just got to make it a vacation out there. We got to work hard and play harder.
I'm going to drown you in a boat. Fucking, I don't know what.
That reminds me.
What's the canal?
I got to get my boat fixed.
Oh, Jesus. No one cares about your boat. What's the, Baltimore's on the mainland. They live on an island in Maryland on the other side. What's that big giant? Is that Chesapeake Bay?
Chesapeake? Potomac?
I have no idea. You'd have the fucking laptop.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll let the viewers tell us.
Well, we're going to move on in a second, but I think it's time for a word from our sponsors.
Okay. FieldPulse is the field service management software for field service pros like you. Whether you're a small business looking to grow or a larger company ready to scale, it's got everything you need all in one platform. Advanced features for your CRM, estimates and invoices, scheduling and dispatching, good, better, best proposals, maintenance plans, and it'll even import the TradeWinds Pricebook. Plus, FieldPulse integrates with the software you are already using, like QuickBooks Online and your desktop PC, so you can hit the ground running without changing everything about how you work. By simplifying your day-to-day operations, FieldPulse saves you time, keeps your team organized, and gives you the tools to increase productivity and profitability. And it's not just us saying this. FieldPulse has a 4.8-star rating with over 600 Google reviews. To learn more, head over to fieldpulse.com. That's FieldPulse.com.
FieldPulse. They have their January special till the end of the month, so the 31st, so Saturday. So I will probably... So on the video version of the podcast, not that anyone's going to know this if they don't watch the video version, I get that out fairly quickly.
Yep.
Tuesdays or Wednesdays. But the regular one will still be out Friday. Yeah. Today, for those of you that are listening on Spotify or Apple, you still got a chance to get the deal. So it's in the description of this show today. Did I discombobulate you completely?
No.
You sure?
Rolling on. So obviously we have a whole lot of other popular events going on right now. We've had another tragic death with Immigration Customs Enforcement involving
Are we going to talk politics?
Bad actor. And there's a lot of different viewpoints on this and everything else. But the one overriding thing that you have to kind of keep in mind with all of this is there's a common theme that happens, right? So, like, no riots when Biden was in office, no riots when Obama was in office, but riots when Trump's in office. And then Biden comes in and all the riots stop, and then Trump's back in office and we're back to riots again. And so like, you have to know this going in. I had said to somebody when Trump won the election the last time, I'm like, cool, I'm glad he won, but man, I am not prepared for the constant onslaught of propaganda and riots and hatred and everything that's going to come from the left just because Trump's in office.
I know, man.
And so
it will wear on you. And then they act like it's us wearing on them.
Right.
Like come on, really?
Right. And so I want to be like really clear here, and I think most of America knows this, but this is not the, as the Minnesota leaders would like to call it, the Gestapo. This is nothing compared to the Holocaust, okay? This is ICE doing exactly what they've been doing for years. Literally nothing has changed other than the optics that the leaders of Minnesota and the media are throwing on it. And in to prove that point, like Trump has deported a fraction of people that Biden deported and that Obama deported. A mere fraction. But they were allowed to do it with the local leaders not acting like they're the worst in the world. And they were allowed to do it with the support of the local government and the support of the local police department to not only protect ICE, but also hand over records that helped find these bad people. And I see the name you're writing down, and I'll let you. I was going to make that point, but I'll let you make that point.
Oh, Tom Homan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a fucking medal.
So he's been the border czar for like 25 years.
He gets a medal. Was it a Medal of Freedom? I couldn't find it on there.
I think it's a Presidential Medal of Freedom.
From Obama for the job he's done. People applaud Obama. People applaud Tom. Mm-hmm. He's doing the same exact thing now. Mm-hmm. And he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Trump's a fucking bad guy.
Right.
How about what I don't man, I say this all the time on the show, and I don't know if there's any real answer. I say all the time, I don't know how fucking stupid people can be.
Yeah.
And this is a clear example of it's okay in this case, not okay in this case. It's the exact same situation.
Different guy in charge.
Different guy in charge. You, and by you, I don't mean you, I mean people, cheer for one and boo the other. It's the exact same fucking thing.
Yep.
How dumb do you have to be? When you make this point to people on Facebook, they get inflamed and enraged. It's the truth.
Yeah.
What do you want me to, like...
Yeah, I'm sorry, the truth hurts.
Well, and that's why I think I'm so frustrated is if you can't see the facts... There's no hope for you. There's no hope for this country. There's no hope for anything.
Yeah.
It is complete fucking lunacy.
Yeah, and if you weren't concerned about people being picked up by ICE 2 years ago or 7, 8 years ago, then why are you concerned now? Simply because Trump's in office.
No, because the optics are different.
Right.
You're being fucking lied to, and you're being manipulated, and you're too dumb to fucking see it.
And ultimately what's happening is we have a very impressionable society. We have people that don't have a purpose in life, and so they're willing to attach their identity to any purpose that lands in their path. And we have a lot of people that are victims of academia. And so they try to intelligently work their way through very logical problems. They try to throw some morality clause onto things. And when they do that, they're trying to say that their opinion is of better positioning than yours because theirs is from a moral superiority standpoint.
Yeah. The moral high ground thing just drives me insane.
Right. And so, like, unfortunately, what this results in is these very impressionable people that are they're very easily manipulated. They are being gaslit by the media and the leaders of these areas to go out and do the physical political activism on behalf of the media and the political leaders. And the reason they're being gaslit is because, like, take Minnesota, for example. Texas has deported 10 times, or detained 10 times as many illegals than Minnesota. Not a single riot, not a single protester, not a single injury, not anything. So you can't tell me that it just has to do with the way Trump's going about it or anything else. Like, why Minnesota? Why now? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with they've just been caught with the world's largest taxpayer-funded fraud scheme ever that is directly connected to them being a sanctuary city, importing Somalis for votes, which you can see in their voter results. They have Somalis in Congress now with Ian Omar, right?
I know.
And so then
this could be a long fucking podcast.
We bring the Somalis in. We drop our guard at the border to bring these Somalis in. We give them
which, by the way, were shipped in by Obama.
Yes, and Biden, both.
Mostly Obama, but yes, a little bit.
So
Biden,
then.
Oh, I forgot he was his VP. God damn it.
80% of the Somalis in Minnesota are on government welfare of some kind. Okay? So not only do we bring them in, but we give them food and we give them housing. And then somewhere along the lines, because Somalis have an incredibly low IQ, and I'm not bashing them, but their IQ is literally a few points above, just the average IQ of a Somalian. Their IQ is a few points above what would be considered mentally retarded in the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's be honest, it's not their fault.
It's
inbreeding.
It's inbreeding and genetics.
It's genetics. It's lack of education where they're from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And hey, I'm all for I'm all for educating them. I'm all for feeding them.
But here's the thing.
But the money's got to go where it's supposed to go.
In other words, what I'm saying is they're not smart enough to come up with this scheme. So this scheme was created by Democratic leaders in Minnesota. Let's import voters because our message doesn't sound well to the American people. Our message is too aggressive for the American people. So if the American people won't vote for us, we have to go import some voters. So they import voters. And then how do we import them? Well, I got to make sure that I'm going to provide food and housing for them. And then I got to provide a job for them. And then I got to go way above and beyond that, and I got to provide money for them to send back overseas. Well, if I'm going to do all that, what's in it for me? Well, now I got to make sure that I work all of this in a way to where, I'm going to help you get $1.5 million a year for your child care center that never even sees a child if you give me a $500,000 a year campaign donation.
Yeah.
And the government and us as American taxpayers are paying for the whole fucking thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, so, you're preaching the choir, dog.
Right. And so now, once that fraud gets discovered, now all of a sudden ICE is bad. And this is racism against Somalis and all of this crap, right? And so now you have these Minnesota leaders that just got their hand caught being in the cookie jar. And so what do? They turn their citizens into political activists and rioters.
Yeah, they gaslight them into doing the things that they want them to do.
Yeah. And you literally have Tim Walz using a toy microphone in his fortified compound of his house. No gates, no borders, I'm standing.
Did you see that?
I'm literally standing
up over the
on
wrought
my
iron gate, telling his subjects, "We gotta fight."
Yeah, get in their face and resist. Well, guess what? 3 days later, a guy got in their face and resisted, and now he's dead. Right? Yeah. And the second one, the first one, we know enough now with Renee Good. We know enough now that she was not a good person. She was there to agitate. She was there to disrupt up.
Anyone that hurts a child like that should be fucking shot anyway. So sorry.
Right.
Too bad, so sad.
And I'm sure we'll learn more about Alex Pretty is his name. This situation's getting pretty good.
I know. I saw all the fucking things. The thing about him is, and from what I've seen, that it's almost, I've watched all the videos, it's almost impossible to see what's what.
Right.
Is it a phone? Is it a gun that went off? Is it this? Is it that? Is it blah, blah, blah? None of that
even matters.
People don't. None of that fucking shit matters. Well, he's allowed to take a gun to a protest. Yes, he is. Carry all the time. I carry mine fucking all the time.
Hold on.
When the cops come to you...
Let's clarify that, though. You're allowed to open carry at a protest. You don't even need a state-issued permit to open carry at a protest. You are not allowed to conceal carry at a protest. You're not allowed to be within 250 feet of a protest with a concealed weapon.
Well, first off, that is against the Second Amendment in the Constitution. I don't give a fuck what the laws are on that.
Right.
That is infringing on your Second Amendment right.
I understand.
If he wants to take a gun to that protest, take the gun to the protest. Yep. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I give
that doesn't bother me at all.
I give gun-free zones the side eye when
I don't care.
Signs.
Yeah,
I'm like, whatever.
The Constitution says,
right.
The Bill of Rights inside of the Constitution says I can take my gun wherever the fuck I want.
Yep.
He can take his gun wherever the fuck he wants. That's not what got him killed.
Right.
When a fucking cop comes up to you, and I love this whole, well, ICE agents aren't officers. Yes, they are. They're federal fucking officers. Pull your head out of your ass.
Right.
When one comes up to you and says, hey, sir, raise your hands. We're trying to, no matter what they say, what do? You put your hands up.
Yeah.
So that you don't get shot. Whether or not it's justified or not is beyond the point. Are you willing to risk your life because you didn't want to take 5 minutes to talk to this cop?
Yeah.
How fucking dumb do you have to be? And not only that, it's not like it's 1985. It's not 1990. The times we're living in are a fucking shitstorm. You have to know if I resist cops, ICE officers, I could be fucking beat half to death.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you want to die on that hill, that's fine, but that's what happened. He died on that hill.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be making your point so much that you're fucking shot and killed?
Right.
No. What happened to Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
The guy took an open carry AR-15 to, I'm not going to pretend like I know if this is the truth or not, to help protect dealerships or people or whatever. Okay, I'm not saying...
Which it is, because like there's video footage of him...
That's fine.
He would see a protester get injured.
It doesn't matter.
And he's calling for medics, and he's helping like there's video footage of Kyle Rittenhouse rendering aid to protesters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Go
fine.
on.
Regardless, he gets fucking attacked while open carrying a gun. So whoever is attacking him, you're
an idiot.
Fucking retarded, and that you deserve to get shot in the face. He kills them. The cops show up. What does he do? A young-ass fucking kid knows that when the cops show up to put my fucking hands up because I don't want to be shot and killed.
Yeah.
If this guy's too fucking dumb to understand that, that's on him.
Yep.
Dude, if you're going to take a gun to a protest and the cops approach you, hey, they either let you go, you get arrested and a fine for carrying that gun, or you fucking die. Yeah. What do you want to do? He chose death.
So
he was defending a woman. Doesn't matter. He picks her up. They come to him. Dude, get on your fucking knees or you could be shot in the face.
Right.
He's fucking shot. Sorry, you're dead. Get over it.
Well, here's some of the weird things.
I know he can't get over it, but everyone else, get over it. He's fucking gone. He's an idiot.
Some of the weird things with it is Minnesota has fairly strict gun laws. And to get a conceal card, it's basically a 7-hour class of telling you not to do everything that he did.
Dude, did you see my post? You probably didn't. Yeah, I made the same point.
Yeah.
Hey, just to get that card, they tell you when the cops show up, put your hands up. Right. Don't be stupid. Tell them you got a gun.
And there's another weird thing is his gun has a history of accidental discharges when it's been bumped or dropped. And so
I'll never own a SIG.
Another possible scenario, and again, this is still 100% in control of him because he chose to bring the gun, he selected that gun, and he chose to put himself in that situation. But another plausible scenario, the video evidence seems to indicate that a cop removed a gun from him before he was shot. And then you hear one shot, and then you hear a series of shots, and you don't really know where the first shot came from. It's possible that after his gun was removed from him, or while his gun was being removed from him, it had an accidental discharge. But the moment somebody saw the gun, they screamed gun, and now all of the officers are on high alert. Well, then a shot goes off,
Yeah.
And training kicks in at that point, right?
We've had this conversation before. I think we even did one with Renee Good. Like, they are literally trained for when that happens to not think and let your training take over.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to change the way people are trained and change some laws, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah.
But you have to be smart enough to know, like I said before, that these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
If I try to tip the scales.
Well, and it's easy to stand there as an ignorant person, and I'm not saying ignorant in a bad way. I'm saying you literally don't know.
Ignorant means I don't know.
Yeah. It's easy to stand there as an ignorant person and say, like, after you've watched the video on slow-mo 17 times, after you've seen the still-framed images from 17 different angles, after you've watched the AI-enhanced images from those still-framed images to try to clean them up, it's super easy to come up with your opinion.
Yeah.
But the officers had a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
Right?
You have 1/10 of 1 second to decide. Am I
one
going
view
home today, or is this guy going home today?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And so,
sorry.
Ultimately, Mr. Alex chose to not go to work that day and chose to dress up looking like a member of a militia. And he chose.
That's a little far. A little bit.
You look
a little bit.
You look at every other photo that's been released of him.
You can wear whatever you want.
I understand you can wear whatever you want, but you look at every other photo that's been released of him, and none of it looks like he's prepared for battle.
And then you look at that one.
And then you look at that one, and it's like you dressed totally different, right? So he chose to look the part. He chose to arrive there. And there's a lot of unconfirmed stories about a Signal chat group.
Oh, dude, that's crazy right now.
It is.
That's crazy. We're not going to talk about it. I haven't researched it enough to understand if it's going to be real or not.
Right. Well, I have a feeling the group is real. The question is the lieutenant governor of Minnesota
that's
on
what
the group,
I mean.
Right?
That's what I mean.
And they're going to look into that, and we'll learn more about that later. But the Signal chat group is absolutely real. He was in it, and he was called. Like, messages went out, we need enforcement
and then he
at this location, and he shows up. Now, he's concealing his weapon. In the state of Minnesota, you are required to have your government-issued ID on your person if you are concealing a weapon. You are also required to have your government-issued carry card on you when you conceal a weapon. He did neither. And, again, I'm not looking for him to, I'm not looking for technicalities to catch him in trouble. These more or less point to the intention of his actions.
I agree 100%.
Right? He showed up with 2 extra magazines.
Well, first off, I carry at least one all the time.
Totally fine.
It's fine.
But the difference is, when you're concealed carrying for protection, you don't really carry 45 rounds of ammunition.
No, you carry usually 1 clip. I like to carry an extra just because, you never know. And I'm me, I'm paranoid as fuck.
Right. But then, in addition to all of that, he deleted all of his social media before he left his house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Are you making that up?
No, it's true.
That's fucked up.
And so all of the signs point towards the idea that he went
was going
there
to do some damage, maybe.
To do something. He was not leaving there without some kind of interaction, right? I'm not going to say he was going to go there to kill ICE agents or anything else. But what I'm saying is, all of the signs are there to say that he was not going there to peacefully exercise his First Amendment rights to protest. He was not going there to peacefully assemble.
Agree.
Right?
Agree.
And so, but here's the problem. You have all of these leaders that have gaslit their following into...
I want to say, I do feel bad for the guy.
I totally feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for Renee Good.
And I feel bad for their family.
Yes.
The problem is actions have consequences.
Yes.
And he chose to put himself in that situation. What was the whole thing for Rittenhouse? He should have stayed home. Well, you know what? This motherfucker probably should have stayed home too.
Yeah.
Right. He'd be breathing. His mom wouldn't be fucking crying.
Yeah. And you're seeing a lot of comparisons to Rittenhouse to this Alex guy. But the difference is Rittenhouse showed up to protect life and to protect property. Everyone's liking to hang on to the fact that this guy was a VA nurse.
So was Lake and Riley.
Right.
That poor girl got killed. No one gave 2 fucks.
If your MO is to help people, don't you think you'd show up to a highly volatile protest with a first aid kit?
Well, I was going to say, don't you think you'd have your medic vest on in your EMT bag?
Right.
Like if that's what you really wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, he showed up with weaponry to harm people, not help people. He did not show up with medical weaponry. He didn't show up with gauze and tape and bandages.
Yeah.
He showed up with instruments that can cause harm, right?
I mean, devil's advocate, I will say, we won't ever know if any of that stuff is true. Did he go there thinking he was going to do X, Y, and Z? So I don't want to paint him in a bad portrait of that's what his intentions were, but it's beyond fact that he made decisions that he shouldn't have made that cost him his life. And we talk about on this show all the time, and as far as your business is concerned, your actions create your circumstances in which it is for you to thrive or die.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's make money, lose money, whatever. The only person that can be held accountable 100%
is you.
You
and I aren't dead.
You
and I aren't dead.
No, and you know what? I've been pulled over a lot, and I've been in some shitty situations, and I have made a lot of fucking bad choices. I haven't been shot. You know why? Because when the cop comes up to me and says, "Hey, hands up," I put my fucking hands up, man. Yep. And I don't fight an officer who is trained to beat the shit out of me, and if feels threatened for his life, will shoot me dead.
I've had 3 instances in my life where a gun was involved in an altercation.
That's it?
2 of them, the gun was pointed at my face. 1 of them, the gun was brandished, and I took the sign to de-escalate the situation.
I apologize, sir.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing you did? Did you put your hands up a little bit?
Nope. I just said,
"See you, dog."
As soon as I saw the weapon, I said, "I'm sorry for the misunderstanding," and I walked away. Right?
And you know what?
And I'm alive.
Still breathing.
Right. So one of these other incidents was with an unknown actor that pointed a gun at me, and he went to prison. And then another instance was a cop.
I know you've told me this, but I'm trying to remember.
Remember the old cruising Noland Road days?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Some guy pulled a gun on me.
I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, my files are getting slow.
Yeah. Yeah. The RAM's a little full.
My most of it's from my own doing.
Yeah.
Consequences that I've created. But yeah.
But I had another tense situation with a cop where the gun came out. And before the gun even came out, I was already complying, and this cop was kind of itchy, right? But
still, you walked away.
Right.
Even though the cop was itchy.
Yeah, and this one involved my motorcycle, and basically I was out in the middle of the night having fun, nobody around.
Hauling ass.
And the cop thought I was trying to run from him.
And you're like, "No, dude,
Meanwhile, I
wasn't
even looking in my rearview mirror, like, I pulled over the moment I saw you. Yeah. And not only did I pull over, like I pulled into a parking lot, I pulled into a parking space, I turned the bike off.
Yeah.
And I'm getting off of the motorcycle.
And he tackles you.
And my helmet is still on. And he's already got his gun drawn. And he's like, hands up. And he runs up to me and he holsters his gun. And then he does that thing with your arm, I don't know what they call it, chicken wing or whatever, where they put your wrist up behind your back.
And you passed out.
And no, I didn't pass out. but I mean, manhandled pretty good for a traffic infraction. Right?
Did you fight back when he grabbed your arm?
No.
No, you went down. You know why?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get fucking shot.
Right.
You're not retarded.
At that moment, he's got the upper hand, and I'm going to let him have the upper hand, and I'm going to handle the rest in court should it get out of control.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to try to get into a fist fight and prove my thing with the cops.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is Mr. Good continued to push boundaries. Mr. Preddy continued to push boundaries and found himself in a very unique predicament that was only a consequence of his choices and his actions and nobody else's. ICE was literally doing their mission. They had a federal operation to be on that street looking for a person.
Yeah.
And they're being peppered by rioters. This is not peaceful protesting.
They're rioters.
The moment you physically touch an ICE officer and the moment tear gas comes out, it is no longer a peaceful protest.
People want to act like, oh, well, they're just walking down the street, and when they see protesters, they're shooting tear gas at them. No. They're being approached. Yeah. They're being threatened. They're being screamed at. Like
they're being hollered at 24/7.
Like, what would you rather them do? Open fire?
Keep in mind, these same protesters
shoot tear gas.
These same protesters gather around the hotels these ICE agents are staying in, and I don't know how this is even legal, but they get trash cans and dumpsters and everything else, and they bang on them all night long and try to make it to where these ICE agents can't sleep. And so now you're literally making a guy that has a life or death decision with a gun pointed at you. He may be sleep deprived from your own fucking doing.
Well, it's like they don't realize that Bose noise-canceling headphones are a thing.
Right.
Like, at what point are you just so fucking stupid that you don't know what you're doing?
Right.
That's what I...
But ultimately where this comes down to, and here's the business tie-in with all this, where this comes down to is there is a standard in the U.S. for how we deal with illegal immigration. The standard hasn't changed. Tom Homan was awarded the award by Obama for upholding the standard.
Yeah, he got the medal because he did his job 3 times better than he's done it so far now.
Yeah. And like, so the standard hasn't changed, but the leadership is gaslighting you into thinking that all of a sudden it's bad now just because of a distraction method, right? And a lot of people like to say that Trump will do anything to distract from releasing the Epstein files. And I'll agree with everybody on the idea that I think that we need full transparency with the Epstein files. I still think there is a ulterior motive in why he hasn't released them, and I don't think it's because he's implicated in a bad way in the files. I have a feeling somebody has major blackmail over the U.S., not just Trump, but the U.S., for why those files won't be released. And it's...
Well, to your point, like the Clintons refused to testify in front of Congress.
Right.
Like that would probably prove your point a little bit. I'm with you though. I want to know it all.
I want to know it all too. And like there's a reason that these files never got released under Obama. They could have, but they wait till Trump's in office and then act like it's Trump's problem.
Dude,
right?
Obama and Biden both had all 3 branches.
Yeah, I know.
Could have just let them fly.
Right.
And they didn't.
So it's what you were talking about earlier. It's literally the same thing, but a different seat in office, and it was okay then, but it's a problem now.
I know.
Right? And so I have a feeling that there is another country at play here.
You're saying Israel. We all know you're thinking Israel.
And there's just too much irony with Trump saying the files are on my desk, they're coming out, they're coming out, they're coming out, and then literally the day after Benjamin Netanyahu visits the White House and has a closed-door meeting with Trump, Trump's asked about the Epstein files, and he says, what files? That's a Democratic hoax.
Oh,
there's just...
We're going to go... Oh, you and I and CW talked about this on one of his calls one time. I cannot... And I've thought about this a lot. And I don't want to get you off track. I cannot think of anything that would be so bad that they wouldn't just do it. Like, whatever they have to blackmail you with...
Mm-hmm.
What could that possibly be?
The Samson Clause.
It doesn't matter. Even if that was the threat, they're dead too. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well, I think what you're looking at is, so for those that don't know, in Israel's government, and this is Googleable, this is not conspiracy shit or anything else.
That was 100% fact.
Very widely known that they have what they call the Samson Clause or the Samson option in their government.
Are you tired of complex and high credit card processing fees? The Void podcast has negotiated exclusive rates for the Void listeners. This program's tailored for trade businesses like yours. And if you're using House Call Pro, switch and you can expect to save $80 for every 10,000 you process per month. Don't let high processing fees drain your profits. Visit empowerpayments.com/the void or call us at 913-423-1265 now and unlock your savings.
And what it refers to is if they are ever at battle with anybody and they feel the war is unwinnable, they will nuke the entire world. They will end the world if they are put in a non-winnable position. And it references Samson in the Bible.
Yeah.
And so...
Which is crazy because Jews don't believe in God. Like we believe in God.
Right. But
like Christians believe in God.
What I think happens is you get Benjamin Netanyahu shows up to the White House and says, look, I know you've said to everybody you're going to release these files, but you're not going to release the files because if you do, that's going to create a world war because it's going to implicate a lot of world leaders, and that's going to put a lot of attention on Israel. And so we don't want to have to call up the Samson option. And so now, what I truly believe is that President Trump has to make a decision of,
do I let all these people die and have to live with it?
Do I allow the end of the world to possibly happen to fulfill a campaign promise, or do I try to pull up stakes and change course because I don't want the world to end? And I don't say that, like, that's a pretty bold claim to make, and I don't say that lightly.
I don't think it's a bold claim to make. I think
it's a very easy claim to arrive to when you start looking into all of it.
Yeah, I don't want to get religious, but like, if the end of the world's going to happen regardless, this is the thing I don't understand about Christians, and I'm the complete opposite. They keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting to keep the end of the world from happening.
Mm-hmm.
But when the end of the world happens, you get to go home.
Yeah, it's like the best day ever.
Dude, all the time. You know this. Yeah. I said this on the show 100 times.
Bring it on.
Let's get the fuck after it.
Right.
I'm tired of waiting the fuck around.
Right.
I know where I'm going. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Light it up, dog. Let's go.
Right.
So if... Oh, this is going to sound crazy. So he claims to be Christian. Maybe he's not. And he's scared to death he's going to hell, so he doesn't want to fucking... you know what I mean?
No.
There's
Trump,
so many crazy things
Trump's
happen.
flat out said, like, he's been asked about religion and everything else. He goes, well, I'm not sure where I'm going. I think you guys know where you're going, but, the Lord may look at me and make a different decision. You just never know. So he's pretty cavalier about it.
I think people in power, people that are expected to sound a certain way, say things sometimes that are complete lies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to protect yourself to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I always give, and this isn't a Trump thing, I give this to Biden, Obama, Clinton even. Like, you have to, like, sometimes you have to lie for the benefit of everyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to just eat one.
Well, and some of it comes down to if half the people are going to hate you, why tiptoe around it?
If half the people are going to hate you regardless, yeah, I know. Release the files and let's get the fuck on with it.
Tee up reasons for them to hate you. Like,
let's go.
Oh, I totally agree. So the
rocked, cocked, and ready to rock.
But you have all these riots and everything going on in Minnesota, and it's all
you're no fun.
Well, it's kind of the same thing with the Epstein files.
No,
but
I agree.
You have all these riots and everything going on in Minnesota that only happened after massive fraud was discovered. And so, what are you doing?
It's loose. I'm just tightening it up. Relax. I'm just making sure it don't fucking come off here.
But it's all a distraction, and it's just weird that they're using this as a distraction method, right? Like for instance,
well, it's their go-to. What do you mean it's weird?
So what I'm saying is, like, what they're asking for is that America relax the standards that have worked perfectly for so long. We have a standard in this country. You come in legally, and if you came in illegally, then we're going to put priority on the violent illegal immigrants, but ultimately they want all the illegal immigrants gathered up and out of here, right? And so, and that hasn't changed. Obama was that way. I mean, shit, when Obama was in office, CNN was doing ride-alongs with ICE.
Dude, have you watched some of those old...
Yes.
Like, the old reports?
Yes.
They're insane.
Yeah.
Those people from CNN are worse than the people from Fox.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yeah. And so
what
I'm saying...
have cable. It's fucking crazy.
So what I'm saying is, like, it was perfectly okay back then. Nothing has changed other than the man in the office. And so we got to make him look bad. We got to make it look like it's his ICE that's doing this. Obama's ICE was fine. His ICE.
Well,
and then now they have to they get to claim 2 civilians have been shot by Trump's ICE this year. Well, why? Because they've been gaslight by the media and the left.
Gaslit, but okay.
Yeah, gaslit. Gaslit.
I may have to vodka,
But they've been gaslit so hard that they're going and putting themselves in very, very dangerous positions that nobody was gaslighting them this hard before.
I know,
right?
Man.
And so I do feel bad for Renee Good, and I do feel bad for Alex.
I don't
Preddy.
feel bad for Renee Good. She hurt kids, so fuck her.
Well, yes, you'll never hear me say somebody deserved to die.
Anyone that hurts kids deserves to die.
Okay.
That's my personal preference.
I won't disagree with that.
If you hurt fucking kids, you deserve to die. I'm sorry.
And
now listen, if that's not true, I would retract it.
Yeah.
But it's apparently fucking true.
Yeah.
She hurt kids. See ya.
What's funny is you hear these stories of she was a mother of 3, but then
they don't say good mother of 3.
Well, she only dropped one kid off at school before she went and rioted. So
I'm not getting into a whole thing.
They totally skip out the idea that we're her other 2 kids.
Yeah, I hate that fucking meme I've seen. It's Charlie Kirk and her holding hands, and they're in heaven, and there's a bunch of people like down below that are apparently burning. I'm pretty sure where Charlie was going. I don't know about her.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, someone that intentionally hurts children.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You didn't have back then. You had CNN encouraging ICE and doing ride-alongs with ICE, and now you have CNN acting like ICE is the Gestapo, right? And so
people just like to say Gestapo.
Well, any
any
chance you can compare anybody to
what's
Hitler.
Like the guy that's leading the Minnesota thing that has the long army coat.
Yeah,
they've had those coats for fucking decades. Yeah. Like now, all of a sudden, oh look, see, they're just like the winter coats they wore in Germany. Yeah, it's fucking cold out, dude. They're just fucking coats.
Yeah,
like stop.
Yeah. I saw something else that was like you can't spell red hat or you can't spell hatred without red hat.
So dumb.
And it's like you guys are really stretching.
Do you remember
here.
when we were in high school that like the bad kids like wore the trench coats?
Yep.
Like they all had them.
Yep.
And they're, let's be honest, those people are all liberals now.
Yeah.
Like what? You're not allowed to wear a long trench coat?
Yeah.
So are you a hypocrite? And we were all making fun of you then, but it's okay. Like what are you talking about?
Kind of a weird thing.
It's just they to your point though, they will take any opportunity that they seem to think is the best opportunity to gaslight people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it is. The coat, the red hat shit, the immigrant enforcement, because they know that that's a touchy subject in America.
Yeah.
That's why
they're hunting brown people.
Yeah. No, they're not.
No,
they're not. 2 white people just died. Well, your argument's fucking gone.
You know what's really funny? Is one of the ways that they're finding
liberal retards.
One of the ways they're finding these immigrants is from Medicare and Medicaid and welfare information.
Do you mean the Medicare that they claim that the immigrants weren't getting that we're not paying for?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's pretty obvious, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And no one's fucking reporting on that, are they?
Yeah. But ultimately, we have a standard in the U.S. It's been a long time standard, and this is how we handle immigration. They're literally asking these people to pull up stakes and ignore everything that they've ever been taught about this standard and forget the fact that you loved this standard 9-10 years ago, so much so that you funded ICE at record levels 9 or 10 years ago under Obama, and now you're wanting to defund ICE, and now these standards are bad, and it's bad to deport people. Yeah. But I guarantee you, if a Democrat gets in office next time, those standards don't change. The president can't change the standards for how ICE operates. The president doesn't have that power.
They're a government entity.
Yeah.
Congress, the Senate, and the president would have to come together and change those statutes.
Yeah. They can't change the Constitution or anything. But you just have these, like I shared a meme the other day that was a speech from Reagan where or as a video, it's a speech from Reagan talking about like the moment a Republican gets back in office, everyone's like, well, like if the economy does well, they're like, well, it's just carrying its momentum from when the Democrat was in office. And then when the economy tanks, they're like, see, we told you this was going to happen. And then if the Republican leader is shaking hands and smiling with foreign leaders, well, then he's in cahoots with them and he's a bad guy. And then the moment tensions rise with foreign countries, it's we told you this was going to happen if you voted a Republican in office. Like they have an anxiety for every effective leadership tactic.
Oh yeah,
right. They have a way. Like here's how you know that this is bad.
That this is bad.
The Democrats know very, very well how the enforcement thing is ran. They know the gray areas. They know the areas where maybe people weren't getting all the due process they needed when Democrats were in office, but they ignore them, but they know about them. And the moment Trump's in office, well, now they go exploit that gray area where due process may not have been happening, that they never chose to exploit until the Republican got in office. And they try to act like it's the Republicans' issue. Meanwhile, it's them the whole time, right? But ultimately, where this ties back to is when you have long-time standards in business and long-time standards in a country for what make our country and what make your, like your business is in existence for a reason. You do something different that makes your business what it is. And if it's a good business, you're doing several things different, right? The moment you relax on those standards and you say, well, we're just going to be like everybody else now. Well, now you lose control of your business. And this is what these leaders are asking these citizens to do, is relax on standards and question standards that have been effective for many years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now we're campaigning for illegals to stay in the country. So there was the KC Star, also nicknamed the Commie Star.
Dude, I didn't even know that they still were a publication.
They're not a publication. They're a digital publication. Like I don't think they actually put out paper newspapers
Commie
anymore.
rag.
Yeah. But this
just opinion pieces after opinion pieces
right.
after opinion
and if
pieces.
they write the word opinion after it, then all of a sudden now you have a media outlet making a case for something, and they put opinion at the last word, right?
I mean, I hate to just keep going back to people who are stupid, but
yeah,
like they will literally make up lies, write them all down, say it's an opinion, and then change people's factual representation of what actually happened because that person is too dumb to realize that this is their opinion.
Yeah. So, like, ICE is looking at building detention centers here in Kansas City, and our piece of shit mayor put a 5-year moratorium on any new detention centers being built at all, which is the total Democrat thing to do. Why would you want to detain criminals? Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
we can't have lawlessness and crime skyrocketing uncontrollably if we detain criminals.
Yeah, luckily Casey's not that big, and the boundary just is like 10 minutes away.
Right.
Like,
come out to Blue Springs. You can use my house. Detain all of them you want. So
that's fucked up.
But anyway, so we this kind of gets a little layered. Kansas City Star teamed up with a local church in Kansas City, and they brought all of these local city residents in, and they talked about how we can protect our vulnerable neighbors from ICE. And so now you have the Star and a local church acting like they're harboring Anne Frank, right? And they're literally, you've got leaders of churches and publications and city leaders,
which I'm pretty sure is
at this church.
If taxpayer dollars are going to fund their paychecks, I'm pretty sure is illegal.
Yeah. So they go to this church and they had this big old thing, shoulder to shoulder, doors, standing room only. This is how we protect our neighbors. And my first thought is like, protect our vulnerable. Like, we're protecting these immigrants now? Like, I don't wish harm on them, but they're still criminals. Like, we still got to round them up and they got to go, right? That would be like saying, let's protect the bank robbers. We don't want them to suffer brutality when they get arrested. We don't want the police to seek them out simply because of their identity as a bank robber, right? Like, a law is a law. A criminal is a criminal.
Yeah.
And then
the rule of law is what separates us from animals. If people don't know that.
The frustrating part with it is the church that this was held at was my church that I grew up in.
Oh, do your parents still go?
No.
Okay.
No, that church is nothing like what it was when we grew up. It used to be called Holmeswood Baptist Church.
Yeah, I know.
Now it's just called Holmeswood Church because they are disassociating them. They're perverting religion and perverting the Bible so bad that they are disassociating themselves from any modality of religion.
Oh man, we're gonna go down a wild road here. I can feel it coming.
So I've had tension with former church members and current, like, I say former because I don't go there anymore, but there's other people that still go there that I
may know.
Some maybe.
That's crazy.
But so I commented on the Kansas City Star publication about it, and I said it's disgusting what this church has turned into. I said I grew up in this church from 4th grade until like 24 years old. I went to that church. I got married in that church 19 years ago. But it's nothing like what it used to be. I said it was disgusting during COVID when the church wasn't holding in-person sermons. It wasn't having the congregation in person. Everything was virtual because of COVID. But it didn't affect them because everyone was mailing in their tithing. So they still got all the money without having to fund in-person meetings, right?
That's okay.
That's okay. Totally
That's fine. People can do whatever they want with
Totally
their money.
fine, right?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The church is in a bad part of town. And
it's a bad part of town now.
It didn't used to be, but it is now. And thank you, Democratic leadership, for that. But the church rents its gym to a nonprofit organization that brings inner city people in to play basketball a couple nights a week.
Fantastic. That's good.
During COVID, all church was closed. You show up on those nights, the gymnasium's packed.
Yeah. That's pretty bullshit.
When questioned about it and said, hey, wait a minute, if over here you're saying it's too dangerous to meet in person with our congregation, so we're going to go virtual, but then over here you've got guys literally sweating and rubbing on each other playing basketball, like, shouldn't we also close the gym? And the answer is, well, if we close the gym, we lose our rent money. Oh, that's weird. But then, at the same time...
Dude, that's fucked up.
At the same time, during COVID, all wedding ceremonies were paused. Because gathering in person, we can't do that. But
Dude, that's fucked up.
The sorry excuse for a pastor of that church was happily performing homosexual weddings outside of the church. We can't gather in a church, too dangerous. But if you want, you can pay me to come out to your house. We'll all gather in your house, and I'll perform homosexual weddings all day long.
That's fucked up.
It is disgusting at how perverted they have made religion in that church.
That's bad.
Absolutely disgusting.
Well, and trying to just to make money.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And so...
That's fucking bad.
I commented on that. A couple of people replied to it saying, I saw the same thing. I used to go there. I grew up with your dad. My dad grew up in this church. My grandma was my grandma's the original 30 members of the church. My grandma's one of the original 30, and she's dead now. She died at 98.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's fucking insane.
That's how connected my family was to this church and how
I remember.
Obtuse it is now. Well,
God,
there's still a lot of people that fan out over this church, and then I'm still friends with them on Facebook, and I think they saw that post because they've come out of the woodwork to start commenting on some of my shit now. You saw one.
Do you think you give a fuck?
No, God, no.
I know you don't give a fuck. Oh, man, now, you know what?
You've seen it.
I'm trying to be careful what I say here. I have always been against people trolling other people. I have become one of those people.
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate what people have become on the internet.
Yeah.
And they're high, I sit on the throne.
The moral superiority thing.
Yeah. And when I see that stuff, dude, I lose my... If there was a way for me to find these people...
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'd be slapping the shit out of motherfuckers, dude.
So I made a post yesterday. It was inspired by the thing you sent me.
What I sent? Oh, shit, what I send you. Sometimes I get drunk and send you some crazy shit.
Now, this was in the morning, so...
Okay, so...
Odds of you being drunk are not as high. But
until 9 a.m., yes, they are.
So, I showed a picture of that big march in Minnesota.
Was it the...
And then I put on there that, like...
fat people going out?
Yeah, props to Tim Walz because he got more fat women walking than Michelle Obama ever did.
Yeah, and I saw that one. I didn't comment on it, but I saw it.
The joke, I think you did comment on it.
Did I?
So the joke,
oh man,
the joke in there is
maybe I did.
That the people attending these protests are white liberal women, and an astonishing number of them are very obese. And so
God, I didn't comment, hey, look, another fat white liberal woman, did I?
So one of my acquaintances on Facebook that used to go to this church, well, they still go to this church, she gets on there and she's just like, oh my gosh, you're a misogynistic man. And then she like misinterprets the post and tries to say that there's more obese men out there than women and all of this.
There are.
Right. But
like, yeah.
That's not the purpose of the, like, in other words, she's just trying to say that she's
offended.
Disgusted with my behavior.
Yeah. Good thing I don't give a fuck.
I'm
bitch.
like, it's called a joke for one, but for two, like, I'm sorry you're offended. It's true. Right. And
if you're offended and something's true, you're part of the problem.
Right.
Like, oh shit.
And then she doubled down on it and said something else about how this just shows how I must view women and all this stuff. Well, then another one of the girls that I grew up in youth group with at this church chimes in, and she starts going off. On
you or her?
On me.
Okay.
And
who cares?
And yeah, again, same thing.
I know what I'm doing this afternoon, by the way.
And I told her, I said, it's a joke. And she was like, right now I can't take any jokes. An innocent man's life was just claimed from him as he was executed in Minnesota for exercising his rights.
This post, I love that. This post has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
That drives me insane.
I said, okay, let's talk about that for a second. He did not have the right to illegally carry his firearm to a riot. He did not have the right to not have his ID or carry card on his person. He did not have the right to interfere with a federal operation. He did not have the right to get physical with ICE officers. He did not have a right to refuse their lawful commands. So what right exactly was he exercising, right? And I said, what's funny is your husband is a Leo.
What does that mean?
Law enforcement officer.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like Sagittarius
or
some bullshit.
I said with a Leo as a husband, you would think you would know these things. Like,
yeah.
Like, don't act like this guy was just perfectly innocent. You know the law.
Yeah.
You pick up this all day long from your husband when he comes home from work.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like this guy was well within his rights. Now, I'm not saying he deserved to die. But I'm not saying he was complete. Like I'm not saying he deserved to die.
Either.
But I'm saying he was in complete control of his death.
Yeah,
I will say that
100%.
And
we all make decisions.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
And so then she does the typical liberal thing of trying to indicate that this conversation is disgusting, and she deflects. She does this. The liberals do this shaming thing.
I feel so bad for her husband.
Yeah, liberals do this shaming thing, where they'll try to incorporate shame from other people to make you try to feel extra bad. And she said something to the effect of, as my daughter would say, this gives me creepy vibes, or something like that. Like, in other words, what she's trying to say is even my daughter is ashamed of you.
Yeah. I usually say things like, you shouldn't listen to a child, you're a grown adult.
Yeah.
Like, their feelings shouldn't affect how you feel.
Yeah. Like, the number one thing when you know you've made a good argument on the internet to a very weak individual that is trying to use emotion instead of logic or fact is they'll start their thing with yikes. You'll say something like, he didn't have the right to do this, he didn't have the right to do that, and they'll go, yikes, that's just disgusting. Oh, so yikes. Like,
I love how
the weak person's offended.
I love how people just get so upset on the internet, and then they think that they got you. Like, there's always a got you moment. You know, like, there's always this, oh, I'll show them.
Right.
Girl, I'm dead inside.
Well,
like, I give less than zero fucks about what you have to say.
Here's the flip side about it. It was my post on my page on my social media. You chose to come to my post and argue with me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm going to bet. Like, that's like you coming to my front
door. I didn't come to your house and I'm like, hey, let me tell you what I think about this pretty getting shot in the face.
Yeah.
Let me fucking tell you. No, it's not exactly how it works.
Right. So it's just, but I have no doubt that they probably looped in there because I was trashing the church for that horrible thing that they did of trying to, I mean, all these people act like they're harboring Anne Frank. And I mean, I shit you not, Tim Walz. was on national media saying,
"Oh, I know.
You know the story of Anne Frank? They're going to write stories about that here in Minnesota." And he thinks he's like he's trying to turn all these people into martyrs.
Dude, I don't understand. Like, during COVID, he had people, National Guard, armored vehicles, going door to door, making people stay in their fucking homes.
They were shooting less than lethal. Like, if you were sitting on your
Pepper
front
balls,
porch.
Rubber balls, I know, at people, and then now you're going to claim that everyone else is a Nazi?
Yeah.
You were literally going door to door.
Under your direct orders.
What the fuck is the matter
You called in the
you?
National Guard. You instructed them to behave that way. This is not Trump's National Guard, Obama's National Guard. You, as the governor of the state, are directly responsible for your state's National Guard.
That's the most Nazi shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Right.
And literally now you're like, well, back then it was for the good of all people.
Right.
Well, so if Trump claims that it's for the good of all people, like, so whose opinion matters?
Right.
Let me answer the question. Neither opinion fucking matters.
Right.
Okay? Your opinion...
The same reason it was wrong back then for the National Guard to shoot people with less than lethal rounds on their front porch during COVID, that was just as wrong as it is to campaign for people to go stop the National Guard or ICE from doing their job.
The hypocrisy is fucking insane. We've talked, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago we had a show, and we were literally talking about hypocrisy. Like, if someone you work for, your boss, whoever, someone you have to take orders from, is constantly contradicting their own statements and their own actions, that's a person to run the fuck away from.
I tell people...
If I lived in Minnesota right now, dude, I'd be getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I tell people, all like you have to represent what you talk about. And if you waver on that...
You're a hypocrite.
You have no credibility, right?
Yeah.
So your credibility hinges on a long track record of talking the talk and walking the walk to back it up, right? So like
one of us is going to get shot.
when I campaigned for our plumbers to get Google reviews, and they would say, "You just can't get that many. We're getting as many as you want." I had the proven track record. I personally got 200 Google reviews in 9 months. So nobody else in the company has gotten that many in 9 months. So like, don't tell me it can't be done. I did it, right? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that's a condition I created as a leader early on in my company. If I want my guys to be really good at Google reviews, I have to walk the walk.
Yeah.
I can't preach at them to do this even though I never did it, right? You'll see parallels to that kind of stuff in business all the time. Find the lesson when you're watching this stuff. Find the failed leadership lessons of Tim Walz. Exactly like what you were talking about. During COVID, he instructed the National Guard to shoot motherfuckers on their front porch for getting some fresh air. Heaven forbid, when you see the National Guard walking and rolling down your street, you don't come out and say, like, "What's up?" Right? You're like, "What is the National Guard doing?" And then you're getting literally blasted.
Missouri wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. There were some bad areas.
There were some bad moments.
Like,
we had a couple of riots down by the plaza.
Well, like, I meant wearing your mask and making sure that you're staying inside and all that stuff. Like, I would go to the store and I'd just take my mask off. And I got reprimanded. Hey, you got to have that on. I may or may not have given some people the finger and said, "I don't give a fuck. Fuck you."
Yeah.
But I will say, dude, if I want to be careful here. If I lived in an area and the fucking National Guard, if my daughter's sitting out on the front porch and we're trying to get fresh air during COVID, she's cooped up. Like, it was bad. Mm-hmm. Like, my daughter's in school. We're having to do all homeschool. Yep. Like, it fucking sucked, right? Yep. Well, fucking my mom died, okay? Yeah. I know it. If I'm on the front porch and motherfuckers, are shooting fucking rubber bullets at my kid, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
If you want to know the fucking 100% truth, because I'd have come out there with that fucking AR screaming.
Yeah.
I'd have taken as many motherfuckers as I could have.
Yeah.
Been like, what the fuck is the matter with you guys?
Right.
Like,
that is the tyrannical government that our 2A right is for.
Yeah, you just
right?
shot a 12-year-old with a fucking rubber bullet. Like, I'm probably going to jail.
For violating
or
nothing.
Dying. For doing
For
nothing.
violating nothing.
And then you want to pretend like this motherfucker has good judgment now.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Right.
Like, I am convinced more and more every day. Like, I have tried to really understand everything that's going on and not judge people for what they believe in and how they see things. But I am more convinced every fucking day that the people that are on the left are fucking retarded.
Well,
And they are so weak-minded that they are manipulated so easily that they are going to be the downfall of this country.
Well, I'm of a firm belief.
I thought this was a business fucking show.
It is. It is. So where this all comes back to is when you identify the standards in your business, in your organization, in your city, in your state, in your nation, when you identify the standards that allow your nation to prosper, never, ever waver on those standards. The moment you waver on that standard one time, it's like when your kid lies to you.
Yeah, if you say that's okay, that kid's going to keep fucking lying to you.
Or if you let it slide and you don't have a conversation with them, like our trust is now a lot, it's a lot thinner than it used to be. Right.
Yeah.
So the moment you waver on those standards, you set a pattern of poor credibility that is incredibly difficult to pull back from. Yeah. Incredibly difficult, right? And so like in our company, we had standards of transparency. I would show them the P&L every month, the profit and loss statement. They would see exactly how many dollars I made. They would see exactly how many dollars the company made or didn't make. They would see every expense in the company. Yeah. It's a completely transparent thing. We have standards of excellence in our company. We do the right thing even when it's hard, right? And so we uphold that standard of excellence all the time.
Yeah.
We never, ever screw anybody over, even when it costs us a shit ton of money, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, it affects our profits, right? Where I see businesses go wrong a lot is they try to talk their standards, but they never act their standards. And just like in government, you're watching all of this chaos ensue because there's people out there literally campaigning to relax on standards that have worked so well for so long. If you do the same thing in business, you'll be just as chaotic in business. You will not grow. Yeah. Now, a lot of these others, I mean, in the nation, it's manufactured, it's orchestrated, it's planned as a distraction, but you still see the problem, right? So in business, if you have standards of excellence and then you manage a team of people and you see somebody doing something that's less than excellent and you don't say something, you just lowered your credibility a little bit.
Yeah.
When you see them do it again, you lowered your credibility a little bit. When you have people watching you and they see that you didn't even uphold the standard, you lowered your credibility a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not good.
And so time and time again in business, you have to do the right thing. And so we told this story long before on the podcast. I was in a customer's basement one time needing to replace their main entrance valve. And they had this big sheet of glass that went on top of a coffee table. And it was leaned on the wall right next to their main entrance valve. And I needed to move it. And it's like 3/8 inch thick glass.
Yeah, it's real glass.
It's like so thick the edge is green, right?
Yeah.
And so I pick it up and I move it to a different wall and I go to set it down. I didn't drop it. I didn't do anything, but it must have landed. It must have set on a pebble, a grain of sand or something and put pressure just right. And the entire thing shattered.
Yeah. Snap that, dude.
And
it happens.
It happens, right? And so without question, I didn't pause and think, how am I going to cover this up? How am I going to hide this from the customer? Without hesitation, I stopped exactly what I was doing. I went straight upstairs and I said, ma'am, something's happened. Can you come down here? And so she comes down and I said, I was moving this piece of glass. I don't know what happened. I didn't drop it, but it broke. I was moving it. It's my fault.
Yeah.
How do we want to handle this? Like, I still have the repair to make, but I didn't want to delay letting you know this. And I had our videographer. This is when Austin worked for us. He was there and saw all this happen.
Probably Austin's fault.
No,
just blame him.
But she was like, that old piece of glass, I don't even know what table that used to go to. I've been wanting to throw it away, but it was just too big and cumbersome for me to move. Okay.
Lucky motherfucker.
Well, yes, but the standard is honesty and ethics, right? And I didn't waver on the standard, and so I told her about this thing, and come to find out, she didn't even care. She was glad that I'm throwing it away for her now.
Yeah.
Right? And she doesn't even own the table that it goes to anymore, nothing. But imagine if I tried to hide it. Imagine if I swept it up and everything else.
Yeah.
She would have, even though she didn't care about the piece of glass,
been like, hey, what the fuck
she would have recognized something happened.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden her credibility with our company is through the floor.
Yeah. You're never getting another job.
Never getting another job, never getting another referral.
Not from her.
Nothing,
No.
right? And so there are many, many times, or way more often than you would ever think, there are times for you to uphold the standard in your company. And I don't care how many dollars you think you can save by sliding on a standard, it's never, ever worth it. Not one time ever is it worth it. So
agree.
That's the roundabout way to tie this thing back into business, but it is very true.
Yeah, you got to wrap us up, man. We're on like 2 hours.
I know. So stay tuned as we release some more Frozen Delaware stuff. If you want to follow the Frozen Delaware thing, you can go to Facebook and look up Frozen Delaware Contingent, and you'll see the page that we've got building there. You'll also see us sporting some merch and stuff.
Yeah, it's just FrozenDelaware.com.
For those that don't know, the idea of Frozen Delaware, like where that comes from, and obviously once we start this other podcast, we'll get more into that, but George Washington on Christmas Day crossed the frozen Delaware, navigated with boats
to kill some motherfuckers,
to kill some people for a 3% tax on tea, and that's what started the American Revolution. And so
it was the start of transparency. How about that?
And so that's the whole goal with this next little initiative. So, but until next week, guys, we will see you later.